Hi Organistas, it's really good to see you here today. Okay, spring clearing. So it's going to be spring clearing week soon, and I just wanted to have a quick recap about clearing your home in general. Now, what I've really tried to do in our home is I've tried to make it as organised and the least amount of stuff as possible. And the main reason for doing that is to make life simpler, to make life feel less busy, more calm, all of the important things that you need so that you have time for yourself to do the things that you really want to do. Now, the way that you are going to really make yourself feel overwhelmed and the way that you are not going to get the stuff done that you would like to do, or when you're sitting there thinking, why do we never have time to do this? Or why don't we ever have time to do that as a family? Or I really would love to start painting. I'd love to do this. I'd love to do that. But you can't because you're so busy looking after everybody, everything that is in your home, because everything you own requires a degree of maintenance. So it's all of those things collectively and all together that make life feel overwhelming and like everything is just too much. So, like I say, I've really tried to pare it all the way back down. So when it comes to spring clearing, I don't have to have this great big clearing week, because guess what? I've been doing a little bit often every single week. Sometimes even daily, I will just find something that doesn't need to be in the house and I deal with it. It's less than a minute sometimes to just deal with something and to discard it, whether you're going to put it into your recycling or whether it needs to go into the bin, whether it's something that needs to be returned to a cupboard or back to the place where it's meant to be. Because if you've got a place for everything in your home, then everything feels more simplified. You don't have to rack your brains like, where am I going to put this? What am I going to do with it? Because you know exactly where it's going to go. And that's not something that can happen all at once. It's something that takes practice. So if we think about the principles of whether it's journaling, whatever you're doing, whether it's just getting up, cleaning your teeth, whether it's putting on your makeup, taking off your makeup, whether it's packing a child's bag for school, packing their lunches, whatever it is that becomes that routine and that habit for you, if you do those things all the time, it just feels simplified. You don't have to think. It's almost like a mindless function that you're able to do, because it's just something that you do. Like you get up out of bed, you do like 4 things that follow on. It's the same thing in your home. So I've tried to apply that ethos throughout the whole home, and it's worked. It hasn't been something that happened overnight. It's something that I decided to do. It was a conscious thing that I did, and it was a non-negotiable for me, because I didn't want to spend my life looking for stuff, searching for my keys. Guess what? They're on the key hook. Or searching for a particular pair of socks, or it could be child's uniform. Where's their swim kit? Well, you know where it is because you put it away. All of those things that make life easier mean that you don't have to rally around and make this massive effort for times of the year like spring clearing week, which I know is going to be great for some people because maybe you're only just starting on your journey. But what I'm trying to say, and I think that my messaging is, if you have practiced it throughout the year, it's not going to be this big scary thing. Bit like doing your tax return, right? If you do a little bit and often, then it's a whole lot easier when it comes around to actually doing your tax return. So it's just a different way of thinking. What do you think? I'd love to hear your comments below. And if you've liked this little waffle about spring clearing from me, then do like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Organistas.